Coming up with 25 different roller coasters and claiming them as my top 25 isn't too hard of a task, but when it's time to rank each roller coaster my top 10, heck, even my top 5, 3, or number 1 pick can be a real challenge. Every single one of these roller coasters mentioned today I considered the cream of the crop, the elite thrill machines. Judging by my past 25 list, I think some of my picks will be surprising and others not so much. As I mentioned in my previous video, my taste has changed over the course of the year and it will reflect in this top 10 selection. Without further ado, let's get to the list. Number 10, Wicked Cyclone, located at Six Flags New England, opened in 2015. Originally ranked as my number 4, now down to 10, Wicked Cyclone is still a top-tier RMC. The layout is solid from start to finish. You got airtime, laterals, inversions, hang time. I'd argue that this coaster is one of RMC's more diverse rides. Majority of the time, RMC just pummels you with non-stop airtime, which is awesome of course, but Wicked Cyclone has a little more variety. The final lap is a little slower than I'd prefer, but from what I've been hearing, this year it's sped up a bit, so there's a good chance after another visit to New England, Wicked Cyclone will move up again in my ranking. Number 9, Twisted Timbers, located at King's Dominion, opened in 2018. A new credit for 2021, I was pleasantly surprised with Twisted Timbers. The ride may have no left turns, but who cares? Twisted Timbers has a slew of elements. Starting off with a barrel roll drop, high-speed bunny hills, overbank turn, triple airtime hills, cutback, double down, outer bank turn, and a 0G roll. Basically, the best way I can put it is this is a mini Steel Vengeance, though I know some rank it higher than that coaster. Number 8, Storm Chaser, located at Kentucky Kingdom, opened in 2016. Keeping the same ranking from 2020, Storm Chaser is yet another winner by Rocky Mountain Construction. This has one of the best pacing on any of their models, pummeling riders with insane ejector airtime. In fact, after riding this coaster multiple times in a row, I had to take a break from all the pain it was causing to my thighs. Those ejector hills hit so hard I thought my legs were going to be bruised. Comparing it to my 2020 rides, this year's Storm Chaser was moving even faster. I remember in 2020 we could creep up onto the brake run. Now you're flying at it like a crazy teenager behind the wheel trying to pull into the garage for the first time. Number 7, Storm Runner, located at Hersheypark, opened in 2004. Not to be confused with Storm Chaser, which I have done already, Storm Runner is a hydraulic launch coaster with 3 inversions. The launch is incredible, giving you that gut punch that we all love. The airtime is good, but not the main appeal of this ride. The inversions are fun, including the Flying Snake Dive. It's basically a 0G roll that ends into a dive loop. The inversions provide some fun hang time, or more like upside down airtime, because I feel like it tries to pull me out of my seat during that barrel roll. The ride is on the shorter side, but every moment is made up with great elements. Number 6, El Toro, located at Six Flags Great Adventure, opened in 2006. Our first major upset on today's list, El Toro has fallen from the number 2 slot down to 6. This ride has been my number 1 coaster for many years, basically from 2007 up through 2017. It's still a great roller coaster that has the best first drop of any roller coaster and the best moment of airtime during those 2 giant airtime hills. However, the ride is starting to show its age. It has some rough spots or potholes, whatever you want to call it, that can make or break this ride. To me, the roughness isn't too bad, but I'll admit after a few rides I'm ready to move on to something else. Finally, when comparing my 2021 rides to my 2019 rides, El Toro has slowed down a tad this year. We know that this ride has had its issues this season and is still currently SBNO, but I expect it to be back up and running in 2022, possibly better than ever. Okay, now we have reached my top 5 roller coasters. I've been moving them around deciding where they should land, and it has been a challenge for sure. Just like my top 10, my top 5 are truly the best roller coasters on the planet. If I could create the perfect park, it would have these 5 amongst its lineup. Alright, my number 5 pick is T3, located at Kentucky Kingdom. Opened in... Okay, just kidding, I had to have a little fun. Number 5. Lightning Rod. Located at Dollywood, opened in 2016. Last year it was ranked number 3, now moved down to 5th place. Lightning Rod is an incredible roller coaster and it has the potential to be the best roller coaster on the planet. Of course, I know many will argue that it already is, but I have a couple complaints that hold it back. First, it's a tad rough, and sometimes depending on which row you are in, the ride will beat you up, especially during that quad down. I have not ridden this roller coaster since its hybrid track update, which I believe it has fixed some of my complaints, so after my next ride I expect this coaster to then move back up in its ranking. Never have I ridden a roller coaster that only gets better as it goes along its course. The ride continues to build up speed, providing stronger airtime right until that brake run. It's a shame that Lightning Rod has had so many technical difficulties because I think it scared away RMC or other parks from building another launching wooden roller coaster. Lightning Rod may very well remain an endangered species. Number 4. Mako. Located at SeaWorld Orlando, opened in 2016. I know, how dare I say that Mako is better than Lightning Rod? Well, I'm not arguing that Mako is a better roller coaster, but that I enjoy riding Mako more than Lightning Rod. This is my list of favorite roller coasters, not which one is technically better. After having a dozen rides earlier this year, I fell hard for Mako. It's a great roller coaster that has a ton of airtime. It's not a groundbreaking attraction. B&M has been building hypercoasters for about 20 years now, but it's just a fun ride. I could ride this roller coaster all day long and still have the same amount of fun that I started with at the beginning of the day. Number 3. Steel Vengeance. Located at Cedar Point, opened in 2018. It had a good run as my favorite roller coaster, but after a couple rides this year, some of its flaws have come to light. For starters, Steel Vengeance seems to have a lot of technical issues, which is really puzzling for a traditional lift coaster. Second, their locker policy, including people trying to sneak things through the queue, can cause some chaos and confusion amongst the GP. Finally, even on the slowest of days, Steel Vengeance can gather a line well over 90 minutes, so unless I purchase the Fast Lane Plus, chances are you will only be getting a single ride during any given visit. That's of course if its technical difficulties haven't kept you away. Now, all of my complaints don't really affect the quality of this attraction. Steel Vengeance is still an amazing ride, probably on a technical level the best on the planet. It has a ton of airtime, great elements, fun inversions. I see no reason why anyone would leave this ride without a smile on their face. Number 2. Maverick. Located at Cedar Point, opened in 2007. Well, while Steel Vengeance was down for hours on technical issues, Maverick was running like a gem, allowing me to score multiple rides in a short period of time. It was during this mini marathon that I realized how much I enjoy this roller coaster. Last year, Maverick was still in my top 5, but in 5th place. Now it has moved up to number 2. This Intamin Blitz coaster is loaded with incredible elements, including 2 exciting launches, a fantastic first drop at 95 degrees, high-speed turns, airtime hills, 2 inversions, and crazy out-of-control snappy transitions near the end of the ride. I really can't think of a single thing wrong with this ride. The hard over-the-shoulder restraints were done away with for more comfortable soft straps. If they could figure out how to bring back the low-to-the-ground 0G roll, that'd be awesome, but regardless, Maverick is still the king of Cedar Point, in my eyes of course. Alright, the final coaster. My new number 1 roller coaster is Fury 325, located at Carowinds, opened in 2015. It only took me 1 ride for me to catch the Fury fever. That kinda sounds stupid. Fury 325 is an amazing roller coaster, the pinnacle of B&M roller coasters. After getting my first ride on Fury, I realized that I'm actually a B&M fanboy. Their hypercoaster model is amazing, producing some of the best roller coasters out there. For the most part, their hypercoasters are simple but fun rides. Fury 325 is anything but simple. It has the second best first drop on any roller coaster, insane high speeds, and crazy low to the ground turns. Let's not forget about the best element on a B&M, the treble clef, and finally for good measure, end out the ride with a few solid moments of airtime. Everything about this roller coaster is amazing, which is why I think it deserves my number 1 slot. Well, that's gonna do it for my top 10 roller coasters. I can't wait to check out some more roller coasters in this coming year. Velocicoaster is a notable attraction that is missing from my list. Once I get my first ride on it, I have a feeling it could creep its way up into my top 5. There are also a few great new roller coasters opening in 2022 that have a real shot at being on this list. All I know is that my favorite roller coaster list is fluid, changing all the time, which is a good thing. Nostalgia can play a small role in a few of my picks, but overall, I long for change and look forward to riding a roller coaster that will top my current number 1. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please click on that like button and hit subscribe. That way you won't miss out on future content. If you are looking for more coaster content, go check out my Instagram account for daily reels and awesome photos. Finally, make sure to subscribe to my Discord channel, just a great place for like-minded coaster enthusiasts to hang out and chat.